Hi students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I am streaming to you live from beautiful Budapest. I hope everybody is having a great week so far. Hikmatillo, I'm glad you joined in on the last class and found it interesting. That's great. Hi Awaz. Hi Veronica, Hikmatillo, happy Singh. Good to see many of our regular students in the class. For today, focusing on reading passage, how to improve your scores, finding the correct strategies with an especially detailed focus on the list of headings question for the reading. Hi Danielle Tarasov, good to see a member in the class. Also, this lesson is brought to you by aehelp.com. For academic IELTS, check us out there. And for the general IELTS, check us out at gieltshelp.com. For right now, we have a great deal for you. For Black Friday, we're still carrying that Black Friday Cyber Monday 40% discount off of our premium packages. Already the packages are at a very competitive price, so with the 40%, it's like you're getting the best deal of the century. Use code BLKFDAY on our websites. Our websites look like this. This is the academic here with the blue background. Of course, you can use it on your phone, tablet. They're fully responsive. You can click that big red button to join our premium package there. This is our general IELTS website. Click that red button to join us there. Hi, Roshni. Good to see another member in. Sonika, Dahal, good evening to you as well. All right, everyone. So if you have questions about our products or the exam, send me an email, adrian@aehelp.com. You can also search for our exam books on Amazon. Search for A Helps Academic IELTS and G Helps General IELTS. Hi, Hassan. Let's get to our reading. So this is a reading passage 3 from our first exam book coming out of test 2. Okay. Here are the list of headings questions. We'll focus on these in just a moment. Again, it's a reading class, so make sure you're not just listening to me, but you're also reading. Regular daily reading exercise is super important to improve your band scores. All right, so here we go. Let's look at the title. And there it is. Why study philosophy? All right, so clearly a passage 3 topic in the academic version of the exam. Passage 3 in the academic can be fairly challenging, but you should never freak out. So when I showed you this title just now, Why Study Philosophy, how many of you kind of freaked out? So who among you honestly would say, I was like, ooh, what is today's passage? Why study philosophy? I don't know what? So how many of you had this kind of reaction when you saw today's title for the passage, Why Study Philosophy? How many of you reacted with like, what? What's this? Maybe some of you reacted with, hey, great, I study philosophy. Fantastic topic. Don't be shy, that was an actual question. I'm truly curious how many students get freaked out when they see a topic or a title like that, okay? Roshni says, me? Okay, nice, Roshni. I appreciate your honesty. San says, it's an interesting passage. Oh, just a second, students. I'm not sure why my camera decided to fall asleep there. Maybe my camera is not really excited about studying philosophy or why we study philosophy. But anyway, I'll get you back here in just a moment. Okay, some of you are finding the topic interesting. That's good. That's what you should do. You should find the topic interesting. That's great. Okay. Yeah, that's right, Annie. My camera freaked out too. Okay. Isa Tulo says, not me. I'm used to seeing these sort of passages. And it's true. Isa Tulo. Once you look at enough IELTS practice exams, you realize that these kinds of passages do exist and they come at you, okay? All right, good. Preeti says, that's reality of life. You got to face it. Yeah, so right away, one notable challenge with this kind of topic is it's abstract, okay? Philosophy is the study of ideas and thoughts, okay? It's the study of the fundamental questions of humanity. Why are we alive? What's the difference between living and the non-living? What happens after we die? Why is it important to be honest? Why is it bad to be dishonest? So these kinds of questions about life, existence, humanity, and all that is belong to the study of philosophy. Philosophy means to challenge ideas and think about logical, rational, convincing solutions. As Hassan is saying, it's the love of wisdom. So it's the love of wisdom, and it's definitely a beautiful study. Okay, so why study philosophy? And when you read the title, that's what you should start to think about, okay? So what is philosophy? Do I know what that is? Maybe not. If I don't, I have to look at the questions, okay? Now, what makes this passage a little bit more challenging is it's abstract, okay? Abstract passages are more challenging. What that means is it's not physical. You can't just touch it, okay? Some passages deal with physical objects, all right? Those are usually easier, like a passage about the pyramids or about castles. Those are visible physical objects. They're a little bit easier. These types of abstract, non-physical, you can't touch them, topics about sociology, philosophy, psychology, they're more challenging, okay? So you have to really pay attention, enjoy the information. You read the topic, the title, you try to predict as much as you can, and then you look at the questions. So here's the list of headings questions, okay? You should review these before the passage. Notice that list of headings is the only question that's given to you before the passage. So here's the passage. Before the passage is the list of headings questions. That's because the IELTS test makers want you to focus on this question and read it before you read the passage, okay? So that's why it's given to you before the passage, all right? So let's read it together. Reasons as the basis for knowledge, the relation between reasons and math, the end goals of empirical pursuits. Is Socrates a man or a mortal? Philosophy as the pursuit of knowledge and truth. Math versus reason, the differences. Using the right tool. A central debate in education. The lack of practicality as philosophy's downfall. The value of education and practice, purity as beauty. Now, when you're practicing at home, these list of headings questions, you should paraphrase them, okay? So reasons as the basis for knowledge. What's another way to say reason as the basis for knowledge? In this case, reason. What do you think is another word, a synonym for the word reason? And again, this is reading class, so make sure you're reading, students. Reason here is being used as a noun, okay? So Happy says maybe the cause. In this case, cause is not the best synonym. So what would be another one? It's not cause, it's not factors. Here, reason means something a little bit different. NA says logic. Okay, logic is not bad. Logic is one synonym for reason here. Okay. Here we're thinking of the noun reason, like reasoning. Okay. Logic or rationale. Rationale, okay, rational thought. as the basis. What's another way to say basis? Let's just have fun with this first one here. So reason here means logic or rational thinking, rationale. Okay, basis. What's another way to say basis? Think of the word base. There we go. Very nice, Hassan. Foundation. Okay. What's another way to say knowledge? Yeah, so foundation is a good word here. Okay, so logic as the foundation for, another way to say knowledge is information, education, ideas, right? Or thought. Okay, thought and knowledge are the same. So this could be written as logic as the foundation for thought. Okay, so reason as the basis for knowledge, logic as the foundation for thought. You want to practice this because oftentimes the paraphrase is what you will see in the correct paragraph and not the actual words that you see here. Okay, so wisdom, Preeti, is a good paraphrase there as well. Okay, so the relation between reason and math, the connection between logic and arithmetic. Now, when you practice lots, you will build your vocabulary with paraphrasing and you'll become much faster. So in the real exam, you don't write down your paraphrasing, but you just think of it when you look at these list of headings, okay? The end goals of empirical pursuits, the final goal of the scientific method or the scientific quest. Empirical pursuit means scientific quest, okay? Is Socrates man or immortal? Is Socrates a man or a person that can die? That's immortal. Philosophy as the pursuit of knowledge and truth. Philosophy as the quest for wisdom and truth. Math versus reason. Arithmetic against logic. The incongruencies. Using the correct equipment instead of the right tool. Essential debate in education. A focal point argument in pedagogy. Okay, the lack of practicality as philosophy's downfall, the inadequacy of rationale as the negative of philosophy, the value of education in practice, the worth of pedagogy in use, purity as beauty, purity as aesthetic. Okay, so those are all paraphrases for these list of headings. Do your best. You don't have to paraphrase all the words, just do your best. Okay. Roshni is saying correlation between logic and arithmetic. Okay. Absolutely, Roshni, that works well. Abdu, just keep practicing. You'll get really good at it. Okay. You'll get really good at it. So you want to paraphrase these. Okay. Now, the other trick for list of headings questions is you want to answer these while you read. Okay, so while reading, you want to answer these questions. So we're going to do that now together. Okay, we're going to read, and for each paragraph, we'll choose the correct list of headings. List of headings answers the what question. More specifically, they answer the question of what is the paragraph about. Okay, that's the question that we are answering with these choices. Okay, Hikmatillo, do not underline keywords in list of headings because there's a really good chance you'll never see that in that paragraph, or you'll see that word in multiple paragraphs. So underlining keywords is kind of a waste of time. and it can be actually confusing. So it's quite counterproductive. Good question, Hikmatillo. Okay. All right. Now, don't worry, son. You'll get good at this type of question. It becomes quite an easy question once you know what you're doing. And doing a good job with these list of headings questions will help you with other questions as well. Okay, so here we go. Let's read paragraph by paragraph and answer. So this is the right strategy for list of headings, okay? Bear with me, follow with me, read with me. Here we go. There are two schools of thought when it comes to education. One side believes that education should give students tools for success in life, while the other side believes that education itself is an important goal. No area of study brings this debate to a head more than the study of philosophy. Philosophy, for those who belong to the practical side of the debate, is an utter waste of time. Philosophy provides very few tools for success in life. They say, a common question for someone studying philosophy is, what are you going to do with it? Those on the other side of the debate, those who value education for knowledge itself, can see that the study of philosophy has many important benefits. There, so now we read that. Now we ask ourselves, what is this paragraph about? So at home, I suggest writing this down, but of course in the official exam, you don't have time for that, so you're just going to do a mental question and answer. So here at home, before the exam, you want to write down what is the introductory paragraph A about. And then you want to give a clear, concise answer, okay? Give a clear, concise, that means as simply as possible, answer and find the correct match. Okay, so what is that first paragraph about? Okay, Amarjeet says argument of philosophy. Hassan says it's the debate of two schools. One side that says learn so that you can do some tangible action in life, like do a job, like engineering. And the other that says you should just learn to become smart so that you can do whatever you want to do. Okay, so Sirojidin Abduholukiov says it's about two debates. Yeah, exactly. And that's clear. So this is about two schools of thought arguing. Yeah. And simply, it's a debate about the purpose of education, right? So it's a debate about the purpose of education. Okay, fantastic. Let's see if we can find a match. So which one of these matches my answer the closest? Reason as the basis for knowledge, the relation between reason and math, the end goals of empirical pursuits, is Socrates man or immortal, philosophy as the pursuit of knowledge and truth, math versus reason, the differences, using the right tool, a central debate in education, the lack of practicality as philosophy's downfall, the value of education and practice, purity as beauty. Which one of these choices is the closest to what I just wrote, a debate about the purpose of education? Aziz says 5, Charlie Sen says 8, Alex says 5, Hassan says 8, Roshni says 8, Happy Singh says 8, Hikmatillo says 8. 8 seems to be the winning number. Yeah, don't overthink it. A central debate in education. Debate in education. Yeah, absolutely. So in my space, in my answer sheet, I simply write the Roman numeral 8. And again, my camera decided to take a snooze. Maybe it doesn't like this topic of philosophy in the end after all. Just give me 1 second. I'll bring you back on board here. 8 is definitely the closest, okay? Don't overthink it. The goal of IELTS is not to trick you. So once you have the close match, make sure to pick that. Don't second guess yourself. Okay? It's very important. Stay rational. And then move on. Okay? So pick 8 and move on. All right. Here we go. So let's go to paragraph B. Okay? Let's continue on. Same strategy. All right? Here we go. The word philosophy derives from the Greek for love of wisdom. Just as it was in ancient Greece, it is those people who love wisdom, knowledge, and truth who study philosophy. However, we do not live in ancient Greece where people had slaves to do all of their chores, such as working in the fields. So what place does philosophy have in today's society? Okay, so what is this paragraph about? Which is body paragraph 1. What is that about? Thank you, son. Thank you, Preeti. So what is body paragraph B about that we just read? It's about education. Sina says it's the origins of philosophy. Alex says philosophy's role in society. Okay. Yeah, so let's say the origin of philosophy and questioning its place in modern society. That would be my most concise response to that, right? So it's the origin of philosophy. It says that it's from Greece, it means love of wisdom, and it's asking, but what place does it have today? So very clearly, it's the origin of philosophy and questioning its place in today's world. Good. Okay, let's see which of these choices is the closest match. Okay. So reason as the basis for knowledge, the relationship between reason and math, the goals of empirical pursuits, Socrates, man or immortal, philosophy as the pursuit of knowledge and truth, math versus reason, using the right tool, a central debate, the lack of practicality, the value of education and practice, purity as beauty. Which one do you think is the best match for the origin of philosophy and its place in modern society? Annie, Aziz, Sweta, Veet, Hassan, very good. Yeah, 5. Philosophy as the pursuit of knowledge and truth. It's the definition of philosophy, right? Very good. Excellent. Good job, students. Very nice, unanimous answer for that one. So here we have Roman numeral 5 for paragraph B, and we go on to paragraph C. Okay? Here we go. Read with me. If philosophy teaches anything, it teaches the ability to reason. With reason, one can construct, analyze, and find faults in all arguments. For example, if all men are mortal and Socrates is mortal, is Socrates a man? What if we change the question to, if all men are mortal and Socrates is a man, is Socrates mortal? Once a student is schooled in the ability to reason, he will see right away that these two questions are very different. As it turns out, the first is an invalid argument, while the second is very much valid. Perhaps the next question of the skeptic is, what is the value of reason? This is a very important question. Surely, if philosophy is all about learning to reason, then an ability to reason must be a valuable trait. Arguably, the ability to reason forms the foundation for all knowledge. All right, so what is this paragraph about? Should be quite clear. And interestingly, the topic of this paragraph doesn't come at the beginning. Oftentimes the topic is here, but in this paragraph, clearly the topic is at the end of this body paragraph. So what is this paragraph about? Sue, 41, says it's about reasoning. Okay. Hassan says philosophy enables students to reason. Okay. Yeah, I mean, always pay attention to repetitive words in a paragraph. Reason, 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 reason. So the word reason, the word reason appears 7 or 8 times in this body paragraph. So clearly that's the topic. So my answer here would be reasoning is the foundation for philosophy, or learning to reason. The ability to reason is the foundation for philosophy. Right? So which one of these is the closest to reasoning is the foundation for philosophy? Hassan says 1. Sweta agrees, and most students agree. Some of you think 4. Definitely not 4. That's just a detail in the paragraph. Okay, list of headings is always asking you for the topic, not the detail. And the topic here is reason is the basis for knowledge. Reason is the basis for philosophy. Knowledge, in a sense, is a synonym for the word philosophy. So we put Roman numeral 1 into blank 16 on our answer sheet, and we move on to paragraph. If an individual holds an opinion which is believed wrong or incorrect, it could be important to convince them of the right opinion. There are a number of ways to attempt this. They can be intimidated, bullied, belittled, or bullied into accepting the opposite opinion. However, having a strong opinion does not mean the opinion is any more correct. Many people have strong opinions on all manner of subjects, but of course, strength of feeling does not correspond to validity, and it follows that someone who belittles another's opinion is not necessarily the one in the right. When 2 men engage in a fist fight over whose opinion is correct, the winner of the fight may not have the correct opinion, but merely the correct fighting technique. In any disagreement, the right tools must be employed. In a battle of brawn, the tool is strength. In a battle of wills, the tool is perseverance. In a battle of words, the tool is reason. When arguing with reason, facts of the matter are stated and conclusions are drawn from those facts accordingly. What is this paragraph about? What do you think? So in your own words, how could you simply summarize this paragraph in 5-6 words? Alex says arguing opinions for different opinions. Happy Singh says using the accurate gadget. Okay. Veet says tools and opinions. Veet, I like it. Tools and opinions. Ryuk says tools. Annie Shah says opinions and tools. Hikmatillo says opinions. Amanur says about tools or opinions. Amanur, if you're not sure, if you're thinking it's about opinions and tools, use both. So say it's about opinions and tools. Roshni says opinions and the right tool. Okay, sure. So let's see. Which of these do you think is the closest to match with opinions and the right tool? So which one of these is the closest match? to your idea. Okay? So a lot of you are saying, I think it's 7. So it's using the right tool. Yeah, exactly. I would agree. So if you're fist fighting with someone, the right tool is strength, speed, and technique. If you're arguing verbally an opinion with someone, the strength is logic, persistence. So 7, using the right tool seems correct. Now, fortunately, that's the example, okay? So with these list of headings, you get one example. It's usually one of the body paragraphs because introductory paragraph and conclusion are challenging, so they usually leave that for you to figure out. So usually one of the body paragraphs is the example paragraph or the example answer. And it's good to ignore these in your practice books at home so that when you find the answer and it matches, then you know, okay, hey, I said 7 too. Fantastic. I'm using the right strategy and I'm a happy IELTS student. Yay! And I have a nose. Okay, so that's how you know you're on the right track. It's one way to check your thinking and your logic. All right? Okay, let's go to paragraph E. Here we go. So read with me. Reason is fundamental to almost every intellectual endeavor one can imagine, just as mathematics is fundamental to almost every scientific endeavor. Maths is the language of science, just as reason is the language of discourse and debate. Accordingly, just as society needs expert in mathematics, so society needs experts in reason. The argument should follow that as we all learn mathematics as children and young adults, so we should learn the precepts of reason. Okay. So what is this paragraph about? Again, in your own words. In your own words, what is this paragraph about? Focus on being concise and accurate, so use as few words as possible. Alex Joseph says it's about maths and reasoning techniques. Davranjon says reason and math. Yeah, I agree. So reason and math. I would probably add a little bit more. So I would say analogy of math and reason. So here the author is using math to give an analogy for reason. Is everybody clear on the word analogy? What that means? Does everybody understand the word analogy? Analogies are used, especially in passage 3. Okay. That's good, Rajveer. So Rajveer Singh says it's the similarities in reasons and math. Yeah, exactly. Analogy in this sense means the likeness or the similarity. Okay, so it's somewhat synonymous. Yeah, it's a representative of. Okay, the definition of analogy would be representative of another. Okay. Parallels, Amanur, very good, yeah. So I would say this as it is an analogy of reasoning according to math, so the use of math. Okay, so let's see which of our choices best matches here. So which one of these is the closest match to similarities between math and reasoning, or analogy between math and reasoning, or an analogy of reasoning as math? Which one do you think is the closest to that? Okay. So Angel Janet says 2. Aziz Karimov says 2. Happy Singh says 2. Shveta says 6. Hassan says 6. Alex says 2. So notice that a lot more of you are saying 2, and I see we have a new member joining in as well. That's great. 2 is better, okay? because relation between is close to similar or analogy. Okay. 6, math, and it says the differences. It's more the similarities that are emphasized in that paragraph than the differences. So be careful when you have two choices that are very close. Take a second look. This is why it's really important to come up with your own answer first, okay? Because if you come up with similarities or analogy, then you know that this is a more accurate answer, okay, than differences. So careful, careful, okay? Always think of answers in your own mind first and then reference the choices. So here, number 2, better bet. So answer number 2 for 17 in your answer sheet. And now we're on to paragraph F. Okay. I see you just upgraded your membership. That's fantastic. Send me an email so I can send you those perks. Okay. All right. Here we go. Students, last paragraph. Let's do it. So paragraph F, this is the conclusion. Be very careful because usually to understand the topic of the conclusion, you have to read the whole paragraph. There's no skimming or scanning for this one. So let's do it. Let's read together F. Above all, philosophy is pure. Certainly, reason is useful in all areas of life, but that does not mean that philosophy's value lies only in its usefulness in the day-to-day. Philosophy is the pursuit of knowledge for the sake of knowledge. There is a beautiful human quality expressed in this. Every other academic discipline is knowledge for some empirical pursuit. For example, engineering is knowledge so that we can construct buildings, chemistry is knowledge so that we can make drugs, and biology is knowledge so that we can stay healthy. Philosophy has no tangible outcome outside of the pure pursuit of knowledge. The only other discipline which comes close in this regard is mathematics. One is purity in numbers, and the other is purity in words. What is this paragraph about? What is the conclusion about? How would you say that in your own words? Davranjan says philosophy leads to pursuits of knowledge, or pursuit of knowledge. Alex says the importance of philosophy today. Hassan says both are pure, or both of them are purity, one in numbers, the other in words. Okay. Happy saying, very nice. Purity of philosophy. And he says it's purity and beauty. Sue says philosophy is wise. Sue, I would say philosophy is pure is better. Okay. Osman, welcome. Another member joining up. New member, make sure to send me an email later, okay, with your level. I'll give you my email in a second. Okay, so we have some good answers. So here we go. Which one of your answers or which one of these choices is the closest to your answers that philosophy is pure, pure is beauty, philosophy is beauty? Which one of these matches the closest? Closest. Yeah, I would say 11. Purity as beauty. That last paragraph basically says purity, or the human concept of purity, is beautiful. So don't overthink it. I would definitely go with 11. I think that's easily the closest match for paragraph F. Go with it, stay with it. Okay? So just to review, list of headings. How do you get high band scores? Okay? Let's review the facts. Firstly, list of headings, make sure you review these questions before you read the passage. That's why they give you these before the passage. When you review these questions, make sure to paraphrase these words as much as possible at home before the exam. When you're practicing, do that on paper. During the exam, do it in your head, okay? This is the only question that you should answer while you're reading. So as soon as you finish a paragraph, say the introduction, ask yourself, what is this paragraph about? Answer, then find the correct match. Now, one last tip, okay, for these list of headings questions. Do not tip, okay? Do not read a paragraph and then search the choices before you think of your own answer, okay? This leads to a high error rate. Okay, I've seen many students try this, and it always leads to mistakes. So when a student just reads a paragraph, they don't think about what this paragraph is about, and then they simply just start searching the answers. There'll be all kinds of keywords that'll jump out at them, like reason here, and other keywords, and then they choose the wrong answer because their brain gets confused. So it's very important that you think of your own answer first and then look for a match. Is that clear? Okay? I really want everybody to be 100% clear on that. Okay? So think of your own answer to what is this paragraph about, and only afterward look for the matching choice. Okay, it's very important advice. Is that clear, students? That will save you marks. It will save you band scores. Getting these list of headings correct helps you to get other questions for that passage correct. Okay? Number one mistake is students read the paragraph, look at the choices, and hope that the choice just somehow magically pops out without thinking about it. So don't do that. All right, students, that's it. I'm going to stop there. I want you to just keep focus on the list of headings today. Again, check us out at aehelp.com. Use this 40% discount code BLKFDay for the premium package to get access to all of our goodies, over 100 hours of video lessons, fully interactive course, computer-based exams for your phone, tablet, PC. There's an app that integrates with your web account. For general IELTS, it's GIELTShelp.com. That's it for today. Tomorrow, we will finish the task 2 that we started earlier with the members, and then after the members class, we'll have a task 1 writing class that's for everyone. I'll figure out what kind of a graph or chart we'll do for that. New members, send me an email, adrian@aehelp.com, so I can hook you up with your perks. And welcome, new members. Thank you for your support. I look forward to having you in classes. Make sure to join tomorrow's members chat class at 13:30 Central European time. Okay? All right, everyone. That's it for today. Have a lovely rest of your day, evening. Sweet dreams. If it's late in your country, you're getting ready for bed, make sure to brush those pearly white teeth and floss. Flossing is important. That's just some hygiene advice to finish this class. Much love to all of you. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.